Hello everyone, Joe Morton here for this positive in thought for the day. How can you become more positive? How can we become more happy in our lives? Here's a very quick way, seemingly simple and yet so complex, and that is cut down our consumption of sugar. An article came out just this past week talking about how the sugar industry paid off scientists to explain that fat was the culprit and not sugar, and therefore back in the 60s sugar intake started to go up, fat content went down, making us more obese as a nation, making us more uh, unhealthy basically, because the good fats are good and are needed in our lives. And sugar intake went to, on average right now, according to the USDA, 156 pounds of added sugar per year per individual in the United States. That's crazy. Now, how can it help us be more happy? How can it help us be more positive? Dr. Mercola in his Mercola.com talks about there are at least two potential mechanisms through which refined sugar intake can exert a toxic effect on mental health. Very interesting. First, sugar actually suppresses activity of a key growth hormone in the brain called BDNF. BDNF levels are critically low in both depression and schizophrenia. Second, sugar consumption triggers a cascade of chemical reactions in your body that promotes chronic inflammation. In the long term, inflammation disrupts the normal functioning of your immune system and wreaks havoc on your brain. Once again, it's linked to a greater risk of depression and schizophrenia. Wow. There it's at. There's the science telling us, doctors telling us, one of the leading scientists and doctors, Dr. Mercola, talking about the 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 risks of having too much sugar in our lives, added refined sugar. So, seemingly simple, yet complex because it's highly addictive. It lights up your brain the same way as cocaine, as nicotine. Uh, Pretty serious thing. At the same time, it's something that can be conquered. And so, I challenge us all to watch our sugar intake, refined sugar intake, and be cautious of it. Try to cut back on it and watch the difference of us becoming more positive and happier in our lives. Make it a great one. Life is meant to be happy.